Dear students, yesterday we completed one of the prominent early nationalist leader, Dadabhai Naroji. Now we are going to study about Gopal Krishna Gokhale. Gopal Krishna Gokhale was born at Kolhapur in Maharashtra in 1866. Earlier, he worked as a professor in Ferguson College in Pune. Later, he got interested in the ideals of Justice M.G. Ranade. He got interest in the ideals of Justice M.G. Ranade and joined his society called Deccan Education Society. Deccan Education Society, it was founded by Justice Ranade. Gopalakrishna Gokhale got interest in the ideals of Justice M.G. Ranade and joined the Deccan Education Society. And as a part of this society, he went to England and there he spread Indian views before the Welby Commission. Later, after joining the Deccan Education Society, as a part of its work in the society, he went to England and spread Indian views before the Welby Commission. Welby Commission already we studied. It was a commission formed for studying about the Indian expenditure, British expenditure, army expenditure. He was awarded the title Companion of the Indian Emperor. Gopalakrishna Gokhale, he got the title Companion of the Indian Emperor. This title he got where in England. England only he got this title. What was the title? Companion of the Indian Empire. He is one of the most popular leader of the Indian National Congress and he presided the Congress session at Varanasi in 1905, and also he had full faith in British policy of liberalism. He had full faith in British policy of liberalism. Regarding that, he remarked also, once he remarked about that, accordingly, the goal of Congress should be to attain the form of government similar to that in a self-governing colonies of the British Empire. Okay. Now see, Gopalakrishna Gokhale, he lived the period between 1866 to 1915. Was born at Kolhapur in Maharashtra in the year 1866. First beginning, he worked as a professor of history and economics at Ferguson College in Pune. Later, he got interest in the ideals of Justice M.G. Ranade and joined his society called Deccan Education Society. This was a society founded by M.G. Ranade. So as a part of that society's work, he went to England and there he spread Indian views before the Welby Commission. So in England he got an award also. That is what the title of Companion of the Indian Empire. One of the most popular leader of the Indian National Congress and conducted Varanasi session of the Congress also. He only presided in 1905 and he had full faith in British liberalism and he remarked about that Congress should be the attainment of form of government same like self-governing colonies of British Empire. Now his contributions. What are his contributions? So first one, persuaded the British for reforms. He forced the British people to introduce reforms. First one, he forced Britishers to introduce reforms. So Gopalakrishna Gokhale, he favored the use of constitutional methods to achieve his goals. Constitutional way only he favored to achieve his goals. He opposed the policies of British people whenever it is necessary. He criticized the government also. British government he criticized. Which are the field he criticized. First, huge expenditure on British army. He criticized the high amount of army expenditure. Secondly, he also criticized racial discrimination that followed by British people in appointment to high post. Whenever Britishers appointed a high post, there they showed certain kind of racial discrimination. Racial discrimination means what? Separating the people in the name of color. Thirdly, he also criticized the production of tax, imposing production of tax on cotton. Imposing production of tax on cotton. Okay. So first one, he criticized the huge expenditure on British Army. Secondly, adopting the policy of racial discrimination in appointment to high post. Thirdly, imposing production tax on cotton. Apart from that, he made a strong request for the reform of legislative council and separation of judiciary from the executive. He made a strong request for the reform of the legislative council and separation of judiciary from executive. So for that he played an important role for the passing window Morley reforms. Then secondly, as a member of Indian Public Service Committee, served as a member of Indian Public Service Commission, and there he forced the people to increase the share of Indians in higher services. When he served as a member of Indian Public Service Commission, he forced the people to increase the share of Indians in higher services. Thirdly, when he visited England, he tried to persuade the British man not to give effect to the partition of Bengal, not to give any support to partition of Bengal. Okay, these are the important reforms he asked the British people to do at all. Okay, first thing, the important role he played in passing the Minto-Morley reforms. Secondly, as a member of Public Service Commission, he forced to increase the share of Indians in higher services. Thirdly, during his visit to England, he tried to persuade the British people not to give effect on partition of Bengal. That these all this and all the part of persuaded the British for reforms. Second point, servants of India Society. We know already he was a member of the servants of India Society. So he set up a society called Servants of India Society. Okay, earlier we studied Deccan Education Society that was founded by Justice Ranade. After seeing this, he got interest. Gopalakrishna Gokhale got interest and joined in the Deccan Education Society. But later, he set up a society called Servants of India Society in 1905. Okay, Gopalakrishna Gokhale set up the Servants of India Society in 1905. The main aim of this society was to train national leaders. Main intention of this society was to train the national leaders, those who are dedicate themselves to serve India. Those who are ready to serve India, they want to train at all. Secondly, expansion of Indian education. Two aims are the first one, train the national leaders who showed interest in service of the nation. Secondly, expansion of Indian education. So some of the important leaders like Srinivas Shastri and Hridayanath Khusru and all later joined in this society. Okay, remember the point. Second one, Servants of India Society. It was set up by Gopalakrishna Gokhale in the year 1905. The main intention of this society was to train the national leaders as well as to expand Indian education at all. So, as a part of this, some of the important leaders joined this society, Srinivas Shastri and Hridayanath Khusru. Now, thirdly, role as an imperial member of Imperial Legislative Council. What was his role? What are the roles played by Gopalakrishna Gokhale as a member of Legislative Council? Third point, Gopalakrishna Gokhale's role as a member of Imperial Legislative Council. In 1902, he became the member of Imperial Legislative Council. So when he took the duty as a member in the Imperial Legislative Council, he requested in the council in salt duty, reduction of salt duty and the abolition of excise duty on cotton goods. So when he served as a member of Imperial Legislative Council, first work he did, he requested to reduce salt duty and the abolition of excise duty on cotton. Secondly, relentlessly he did efforts to reduction in toll tax. Restlessly he worked hard to reduce toll tax. Thirdly, he introduced a bill for expanding the primary education compulsory, for making primary education compulsory. He passed a bill for making primary education compulsory, but that did not achieve at all. Then last one, as an economist, he demanded certain changes also in the society and provide better job for the educated middle class people. As an economist, he demanded to introduce certain changes in the society and also provide better job for the educated Indians. And he also impressed upon government to reduce the land revenue. He asked the government to reduce the land revenue also. These are the roles he played as a member of Imperial Legislative Council. Remember again, as a member in the Imperial Legislative Council, what are the services done by Gopalakrishna Gokhale? First one, he requested to reduce salt duty and also abolition of excise duty on cotton goods. Secondly, relentlessly he worked hard to reduce toll tax. Thirdly, he introduced a bill to make compulsory the primary education compulsory, but that did not achieve at all. Then as an economist, he demanded certain changes in the society and also demanded better job for high educated Indians. So apart from that, he imposed the government to reduce land revenue. Okay. Then this Gopalakrishna Gokhale, he went to South Africa to help Gandhiji. That time, Gandhiji, he was fighting against racial discrimination that existed in South Africa. So Gokhale helped him a lot. His fight against racial discrimination and his credit of persuading Gandhiji to return in India and join Indian public life also goes to Gokhale. Then after coming from South Africa, due to the influence of Gokhale, Gandhiji joined Indian politics life. Because of all these reasons, Gandhiji accepted Gokhale as his political mentor or political guru. Okay, here one more question is there. Why Gokhale called Gandhiji's political guru? Gokhale, in views, in ideas, both are in same ideology, both have same ideology. First thing, apart from that, he went to South Africa where he helped Gandhiji in his fight against racial discrimination. Then persuading Gandhiji to return to India and join in Indian public also. The credit goes to Gokhale only. Because of these two reasons, Gandhiji considered Gokhale as his political guru. Okay, Gandhiji considered Gokhale as his political guru because of two reasons. First thing, he helped him in his fight against racial discrimination. Second thing, the credit of persuading Gandhiji to return to India and join Indian public. So because of these two reasons, Gandhiji considered Gopalakrishna Gokhale as his political guru. Okay. Now later, February 15, 1915, he passed away and he reached his very high position before leaving the stage at all. Okay. Now we are going to study about Surendranath Banerjee. Surendranath Banerjee is period 1848 to 1925. Was very prominent nationalist leader and one of the popular journalist also and dedicated educationalist, born in Bengal 1848. He was the first Indian to qualify for the Indian Civil Service examination. First Indian to qualify for the Indian Civil Service examination. Earlier, he worked as a magistrate in Assam, but soon he was dismissed from that post because he opposed the policy of racial discrimination followed by the British people. When he worked as a magistrate, Britishers himself dismissed him because he criticized the policy of racial discrimination followed by British people. Then Surendranath Banerjee began his career as a professor of English in Metropolitan College. He set up his own schools and later that school turned to be a college called Ripon College, developed into a Ripon College. Okay. First he worked as a professor of English, later he started his own school and that school later developed into Ripon College. Later, slowly, he was elected to the Calcutta Corporation and remained as the member of nearly 2 decades He remained as a member of that corporation at all. From there, he was elected to Bengal Legislative Council 4 times. In 1921, he was appointed as the Minister of Self-Government and Health by the Governor of Bengal. Bengal governor selected him as a Minister of Self-Government and Health. Okay, he was the first Indian to hold that position at all. Okay, Surendranath Banerjee later he was elected at Bengal Legislative Council 4 times. In 1921, he was selected as the Minister of Self-Government and Health by the Governor of Bengal. He was the first person to hold that position. Then he followed some constitutional method only like Gopalakrishna Gokhale. Surendranath Banerjee also followed constitutional method to achieve India's goals at all. Is famous saying that opposition where necessary, cooperation were possible. That is his saying only. Opposition where necessary, cooperation where possible. That is his famous quote. Now, his contribution. What were his contribution at all? So, first thing, established Indian Association. First thing, he established Indian Association in the year 1876. This association mainly he established for what? To fight against the wrong policies of the British. Established Indian Association mainly for what purpose? To fight against wrong policies of the British. And he founded the Indian Association in 1876. Its main aim to educate the people, to create strong public opinion in the country, and to arouse political consciousness and unity. So, this association 1876 he established mainly to fight against wrong policies of British and also to educate the people, to create strong public opinion in the country and to arouse political consciousness and unity. Okay. Secondly, he created an All India political organization. Surendranath Banerjee created an All India political organization. So, to create an All India political organization, he convened a national conference, Indian National Conference in 1883 at Kolkata. To create an All India political organization, first task what he did, he convened an Indian National Conference in 1883 at Kolkata. So, this Indian National Conference only merged with the Indian National Congress in 1886. So, both organizations have same objective. Because of that Indian National Conference later merged into Indian National Congress. So, he created an All India political organization at all. He was the person who presided 2 sessions of the Congress in 1895 and 1902. 2 sessions of Congress was presided by Surendranath Banerjee in the year 1895 and in 1902. Now, political ideas. What were his political ideas? Banerjee edited a newspaper. What is it called? The Bengali. The Bengali newspaper, The Bengali. This is mainly very powerful medium for mobilizing public opinion, to collect or gathering the public opinion. Is newspaper Bengali is very powerful medium at all. And is composed a book also, Nation in the Making. What was the book name? Nation in the Making. That is an account of the political concern and his views, opinion about self-government. Okay. Listen now. Third point, political ideas. He edited a newspaper called Bengali. This Bengali newspaper, that is very powerful weapon for mobilizing the people or public opinion. And also he composed a book, Nation in the Making. That is a good account of his political concern and his view about self-government. So, he started agitation against Defence License Act, Arms Act, Vernacular Press Act, and against lowering the age from 21 to 19 years to appear in the Indian Civil Service examination at all. So, he started agitation against, we know, License Act, Arms Act, Vernacular Press Act. These are all things we studied in the first lesson at all. So, he raised his voice against all these things, and also he raised against lowering the age of from 21 to 19 years. to appear the Indian Civil Service examination. He also opposed Minto-Morley reforms of 1909 because that Minto-Morley reforms of 1909 provide separate electorate for Hindus and Muslims. That is a kind of divide and rule. Minto-Morley reforms of 1909 provide separate electorates for the Hindus and Muslims. It is a kind of divide and rule policy. That is why he raised his voice against Minto-Morley reforms of 1909 at all. So he also opposed division of Bengal by Lord Curzon. He also opposed the division of Bengal by Lord Curzon. So Banerjee, he was popularly known as father of Indian nationalism. Okay, Banerjee was popularly known as father of Indian nationalism. He took his last breath in 1925. Okay, remember the point. His contributions: established Indian Association, created an all India political organization and political ideas, and through this, what are the various activities has done for the nation at all. Okay, thank you.